What's going on? So Peacemaker is finally done now. This is the season finale. I just finished watching it. I think it was a great finale. So this video will be my thoughts on the finale in general. Talk about the things I liked about it. Just sort of dissect some of the things. Maybe talk about what might be in season 2. Talk about that great cameo that was in this episode. And then I kind of want to talk about the whole season in general. My thoughts on it. I'll give a rating for both this episode and this season in general. So if you guys end up enjoying this, please make sure to like it. Please subscribe if you're new, but let's talk about Peacemaker. All right, so right from the get-go, the show continues to be funny. We all knew that. I'm not a big fan of fart jokes, but in the beginning, when they were like doing those farting noises whenever Amanda Waller's daughter kept talking, I actually thought it was hilarious. So that was a lot of fun. And then everything with Eagly, how they came up with the idea for the helmets, and they wanted to do like a sonic boom thing. Cool idea. And they had Eagly pick up the sonic boom helmet, I believe, and go bring it, and then he like didn't even know what was going on, so he dropped it. I thought that was funny. Another thing I like about this show is that it makes, in the grand scheme of things, stupid moments actually sentimental. In one of the previous episodes where John Cena is like hugging Eagly, on face value it's like, it looks dumb, but then when you know like how much it actually means to that character, it's actually sentimental. And in this episode, when the guy talks about his beard and the colored beard, and the other the FBI agent or whoever who's now an alien parasite, he starts like make fun of his beard. He goes off on this whole tangent about how John Cena Peacemaker was the only one who asked him about his beard and everything, and it made him feel like he was actually looked at and was noticed, and it was sentimental, but at face value it's a dumb joke, but they actually make it to where it's like sentimental for the audience as well. Soon after, we get some badass moments as we see Peacemaker and the rest of them have like, we have the original intro theme start playing. Do you really want to taste it? They have like that slow motion walk. Peacemaker has like this cool shield all of a sudden. And the fight choreography continues to be great. When he's fighting with the shield, it was awesome. And then you have Vigilante, and he's just beating everyone up. Hardcore just beating everyone up. It was just like a cool scene. I love seeing good fight choreography, like I always say, and it was good here again. And then for a moment, we actually believed that Vigilante and Hardcore are dead. I actually thought they were dead here. I was like, damn, that's a huge twist. I didn't see that coming. I was upset that they were dead. Thankfully, as we know by the end, they're still alive. But at the moment of when they're dead, we see Amanda Waller's daughter come out. She starts doing guns blazing. She starts shooting everyone. She has to go and try and save Peacemaker. I love the moment when Peacemaker's getting saved. He gets pulled out of the rubble. But it's not Amanda Waller's daughter. It's the bad girl, right? Who's possessed by aliens, and she drags him out. Cool fight scene. Amanda Waller's daughter comes. She does the torpedo thing. She misses. I thought that was funny as well. And then this was a great moment of where Peacemaker, he gets talked into by the alien girl, and is like, she pretty much says like, I know you will do anything for peace. We made this vow that she's gonna save her people. Peacemaker made a vow that he'll kill anyone in the name of peace, and she's pretty much giving him an ultimatum and giving him the choice of what he vowed to do, which is make peace. And what these aliens want to do is take over the whole human population, and so that they can live on, and it would create peace. She goes off this tangent where she pretty much starts shitting on like half the population of Earth, saying that like we don't listen to science, we sort of do this to ourselves. We're being told by politicians that we don't have a play in the part of like climate change and all this stuff. She goes off about all of the big political things that are going on nowadays, right? And she pretty much says that you guys are destroying yourselves. With us controlling you, peace would happen. And that's a fact. It probably would. And so now the Peacemaker has that decision of where he could create peace. And what he does is that he actually saves the world, in behest of his vow. What he does, it doesn't create peace. It does the actual opposite. The moment where he could have had peace, he says no to that. And it sort of brings the character of Peacemaker, what we've seen this whole growth of him throughout the whole entire season, it all comes together in this moment. And it was great. It was great to see. Then it was funny again as, he shoots the girl, and then he says to torpedo the cow, so Amanda Waller's daughter just like flies into the cow, kills it. I thought that was awesome. And then after this, they're walking out. This is where the big cameo happens. The big, Flash's lightning comes out of nowhere. We see Aquaman, the Flash, Wonder Woman, and Superman. And, noticeably there's no Batman, but I know why. Because as we know, as anyone that knows about Justice League, Batman's a part-time worker. He's not a full-time Justice League member. He shows up for the big things, right? So I'm guessing like this wasn't big enough to where Batman had to come and join the Justice League. And obviously Henry Cavill is not there. Gal Gadot is not there. It's probably a mix of scheduling issues and then also Henry Cavill not being Superman anymore, which just sucks. If we saw Henry Cavill here, that would have got me so hype. And even Gal Gadot would have been cool too. But we got Jason Momoa as Aquaman. We got Ezra Miller as the Flash. Cool little lines here. They curse at each other, whatever. It was funny. It was a great cameo. I was expecting Bane. Like, I knew there was a cameo before this episode. My thoughts were Bane because I heard a rumor that Bane might be in this. But to see the Justice League, it was fun. It was awesome. I enjoyed it. And then at the end, we see sort of a happy ending with everyone. It was very nice with the music. Again, continues to be great music. Amanda Waller's daughter exposes Amanda Waller about Task Force X, which is crazy. I mean, the whole thing about Task Force X is that no one knows about it. It's a black ops operation Amanda Waller controls. It does what needs to be done without, the public knowing about it. So now that the public knows about it, I want to see, the fallout of this in season 2, which I hope is one of like the main, themes or storylines of the show. But, so my rating for this episode is a 4.3 out of 5. I thought it was a great finale. Like I said, continued to be funny. Fight choreography was awesome. It brought together a lot of things. The character of Peacemaker, like I said, where he chooses to not do peace, even though it wouldn't really be peace for us. It would be peace in general. Like the general concept of peace would have occurred, but it would have been taken away, like our freedom. And like, Amanda Waller's daughter sort of talks him, explains the whole thing to him, saying that like, maybe now this gives us a chance to do the right thing, right? And that's sort of all we can really do. And so I love that. And then at the end, we all see him. He has the visions of his father, which is cool because I like that actor who was in Terminator 2. I hope he shows up in season 2 and he's able to maybe mess with Peacemaker's mind a little bit, gets in his head a little bit more. But that was another cool thing this finale. So yeah, I mean, the finale was great. We saw the whole end of this alien parasite things. We see that they're still out there in some way because they're not bad guys. They just were on a dying planet. Earth had sustainable elements that could sustain life for them, so they came here and they had to take over us. It's not their fault. They had to do what they had to do to survive. And Peacemaker saved us from that and everyone else, so it was fun. But now let's talk about my thoughts on the season as a whole. So what I think on this season is that James Gunn has done it again. He's taken a superhero product that not many people knew about before, the Suicide Squad, the new one, and he made it into a fan favorite, just like Guardians of the Galaxy. I didn't know about Guardians of the Galaxy before the first movie. I sure as hell didn't know about Peacemaker before the first Suicide Squad movie. But like I said in the very beginning of these reviews, Peacemaker became my favorite character from that first Suicide Squad movie. And now with this show, he's definitely become one of my favorites in general in the current DCEU. And also like Guardians of the Galaxy, it has great choice in music. It's a lot more comedic than some of its previous properties. The only thing sort of different is that it's a lot more raunchier, which for adults, it's fine. Like I like this sort of humor, like all the F-bombs, the nudity, the blood, the gore. For adults, it's fine, and I enjoy it. But it's not a show that you show your son or daughter who loves DC. If you have a kid out there who loves playing with the Batman toys and they love Superman, all this stuff, you don't show them Peacemaker. You could maybe show them the Suicide Squad. It has a lot of F-bombs. But Peacemaker, I mean, you got full-on sex scenes. You got, a lot of blood, F-bombs galore everywhere. But, like I said, for adults, for most people watching this video and the show, it's not a big deal, and it actually makes it a lot more fun, how raunchy it is. And now for like the main meat of the story, I actually didn't know where the story was going, in the first 2 or 3 episodes. I was sort of like, where could we really go with Peacemaker? Like, what could this story really be about? But I think at the end of episode 3, when we found out about these alien parasites, and it was like this global threat, that's where I was on board. And I was like, okay, like this sounds really good. I'm very intrigued, invested in it. And it was continuously good throughout the whole entire season. And the concept of the story is actually similar to another James Gunn movie, which is called Slither. But Slither is more about zombies. It's like it has alien parasites, which is what happens in Peacemaker. But in Slither, they're turned into zombies, where in Peacemaker, they're shown into more intellectual beings, which is pretty cool. It's different. And I like that he sort of harps back on to Slither, because that's a great movie if you haven't seen it. And so, like I said, the story progressively gets better. We get attached to these characters. All the side characters are great. I had a fun time with all of them. They all bring something new. Peacemaker is the forefront of the show, but I like how all the side characters sort of have like their own character growth, and they have their own time to shine the spotlight for most of the show. So I enjoyed that. I hope they all return for season 2. And so my rating for the season overall is a 4.2 out of 5, maybe a little lower than you expected. It's a little bit. I mean, it's a great 4.2 is a great rating. I thought it was a great show. Phenomenal, definitely revitalized the DC in a lot of ways, but there was never like a perfect episode. No episode got over like 4.5 out of 5 for me. It was just a lot of fun, and it was short enough. It was like 40 minutes. It had a lot of comedy moments. We progressed the story. Like I said, the fight choreography was impressive. James Gunn is the perfect director slash creator to like do this type of show. Obviously, I don't want the DC to have, the Suicide Squad Peacemaker sort of feel. Like, like you can't have James Gunn do Batman, you can't have him do Superman or any of those heroes. But, for the Suicide Squad, for Peacemaker, it works. It's perfect. Whenever I go into this sort of product now, I want this sort of vibe, at least for Peacemaker, For Batman, it's different. For Superman, all the other DC products, I don't want it to be raunchier, as comedic as this show. But, like I said, for this character, I'm all on board with it. But that is pretty much it. I think I sort of hit on everything that I want to talk about. Season 2 has already been confirmed, so I'm excited for that. I don't really have much hope for the like what I want to see. I just hope like some new threat comes. And Peacemaker's got to like rally everyone back together. I'm hoping that we get some more insight into that Task Force X backlash from like the public. See what happens with Waller. I would be interested in seeing more of that. And are we getting a Suicide Squad 2 movie? I think that would be cool as well. I think we are. I think we should. I mean, it was very successful. It was a great movie. And that's pretty much it. So let me know down below, what do you guys think of Peacemaker Season 1? Are you interested in Season 2? What do you guys think of the finale in general, the cameo? Let me know all that down below. Thank you for watching. Please make sure to like this if you guys enjoyed it. Please subscribe if you're new. But I will see you on the next video. Have a great rest of the day.